Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the dream of someone saying this, saying that, teaching, giving teaching. And I hear amazing things, not only our brave Lakshmandi Murids or brave Muslims. What you are thinking, he's coming to all kinds of people, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the amazing situations, he's coming and giving teaching. You wouldn't think that he is coming to that one or this lady or that gentleman. It's amazing because, and also Maulana was saying that in the end time, that when Mahdi alayhi salam is coming, you will be astonished. We will be surprised who is with him, which people are with him, and which people are not with him. We'll be surprised. It's not only Muslims. No. Everyone who has a sincerity in his heart for spirituality, a sincerity for God, looking for God, looking for Allah, a sincerity anywhere in the world, from any tradition, any belief, any nation, he may be with Mahdi alayhi salam. You know? MashaAllah. And of course, Maulana Sheikh, in the same way, he's with us. He's with us and alive. As the Prophet is alive, he is alive, Maulana Sheikh, and he is, as he was, he still is serving his people. That also we have so many signs and proofs. Endless brothers and sisters, they dream about him, and he's saying amazing things and teaching and this and that. You know, it's very intense. And he was saying, Maulana, that when a saint, such a near one, a friend of God, when he is leaving this life, physical life, he is much more powerful on the other side, much more powerful. It is like that the sword is out of the shield. Yeah, the sword is out of the shield. The power is not bound on the form anymore, on the physical form, not bound. Nothing from this power goes to the form like before. Was still somehow, there was a limit in the form. This form went, and the power, the pure power, is there, available, and much more stronger and direct. So, this you can feel. For instance, if you are visiting Maulana Sheikh in Cyprus, you may feel it. When you greet him, when you come to him, when you greet him, when you approach him, saying Fajr for him, and you make Rabita with him, you feel it. Also with Haji Anna, Haji Amina, Aliyah, you feel it. She has a different tajalli you feel there, very fine, but very powerful. Yes, as you can feel. And they are with us and helping us in any way, and if you ask, they help us, and you may, if you make rabita from any place with them, it is there. And the only thing you have to do is that you have to believe. You must believe. If you cannot feel or that you cannot feel it, but you believe firmly. You don't see Allah also. You don't see. But you believe. That is important. And it is not necessary to know by your mind. You say, I know this, I know that. This is no. This mind knowledge is not so powerful. And it is limited. It's limited. You are bringing reasons and this and saying this, about that. It is limited, always. Belief has no limits. Belief is going on. It has no limits. You may believe more and more and more and more. No limits for belief. But for your mind, there is limits. What you want to explain or what you want to say. There's limits. So Maulana was advising us to increase your belief, to believe more even. You see, when the Prophet ﷺ, he made the Miraj, was an amazing happening and unbelievable, so to say, we would say, happening, that he went in one moment, like the time when you have a, wie heißt das, Krug? Huh? Jug of water, like not a big one, a jug of water, and it's falling down, and the water is going out. Until the water is going out, during that time, the Prophet, he went from Mecca, Mukarramah, to Jerusalem with his body, and from Jerusalem, he went with Burak, that miraculous horse, white horse with wings, up to Miraj, with Jibreel alayhi salam. And all this happening, what happened, what the Prophet said about it, it's a big thing, it fills a book, what happened there. And he came down and he went back the way and back to Mecca, all in that time, with his body. He was saying this to the companions And they couldn't believe it. They were asking themselves, among themselves, did you hear what the Prophet said? Do you believe that? They said, Subhanallah, I don't know. The kafirun, the unbelievers, said, no, we know that he is Majnun, that he is crazy. Now we have the proof that he is crazy. We always said he is crazy, he's a mad one. That's just a mad one. Now we have the proof. They were very happy. They said, now it's finishing now. And so the brothers, the companions, they were saying, what do you think? Oh. And then they said, let's go to Abu Bakr. So he was already that time he was known as Siddiq. As Siddiq is a trustworthy one and knowledgeable one. And they went to him and they said to him, did you hear what the Prophet said? And he said this and that. He went there and this is all with his body in one moment. And Abu Bakr he was saying, who said that? Prophet, he said that, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Prophet said that? Yes, it's true, and more also. Much more, I believe also. Immediately he said this. No hesitation. Amana wa sadaqna. Directly. This is Abu Bakr Siddiq. Believing more also. Always more, not stopping. As much as you believe, you will get. As much as you believe, you get. If you believe more, you get more. That is why what we said yesterday in the Holy Quran, أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا آمِنُوا. O believers, believe. Believe more. So we may believe, inshallah. And Maulana, he was always stressing this point, and he was testing us also. And still he's testing us. He was testing us, he was saying amazing things, and when you say inside, oh, what is this? This can't be. Also, I don't understand what is this? Then you say, okay, and Maulana say, but there's no really, Yes, sir. You have to believe, very firmly, clearly. Muhakkak. And we say also muhakkak, what inside we say, yeah, muhakkak. Yeah. No, muhakkak. Everything what they say, everything, it is true. Everything, every detail, every word is true. And what Maulana said in his life is like what the Prophet said in his life, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and it is every word what he was uttering is not a normal word, it's a word of inspiration and a word of revelation also. Rumi, he was saying that the books, they are finished. The books, holy books. Yeah, last one, last testament, as Maulana used to say, is Holy Quran. Revelation of books is finished, but revelation is going on, of course. Offenbarung geht natürlich weiter. Revelation is going on. Allah is not stopping and saying, I'm not revealing myself anymore. No. He is constantly, without interruption, revealing himself. If we can notice it. He's revealing any moment, any second. He is revealing. all his names, his beautiful names, all of them, they are alive. First, second, they are forever. They are eternal. Every name from Allah Almighty is alive, is working, functioning any moment, and not for now and forever. In eternity. Eternity means forever, means was, is, and will be. That is why one of the things which was difficult to believe when Maulana was saying, you think there's only one Adam? No. There's endless Adams. He is creating, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, creating worlds, universes. Greatness is going on. Allahu Akbar. When Maulana is saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillah Akbar. Akbar means greater. Great and greater. This greater is also a sifat, it's also a attribute which shows it's Akbar, always Akbar. The creation is always Akbar. Akbar. It's getting more, getting bigger, 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 bigger. See, we have to believe. We have to believe. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is with his ummah now, and this time is the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Since he came up to now, up to the end of time, Yawm al-Qiyamah, we may say. And everyone living on this earth in this time, and in the time from the Prophet, he is, if he know or not know, doesn't matter, but he belongs to the Ummah al-Muhammadi. Yes, he belongs to the protection, to the responsibility, that is the right word, to the responsibility of the Prophet. Prophet has responsibility for all the world. For all the world. Every human being living on this planet, he has responsibility. From his time, today, up to end of time. You see, this is why Christians and Jewish, they are not accepting Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are not accepting. It is, they're accepting Moses, Abraham, accepting. They're accepting. 5,000 years ago, they're accepting. 7,000 years, they accept. But the newest perfect, what Allah is sending, they believe in Allah and God. Yes, they believe. And they believe in all the prophets. You may ask them. They say, yes, Moses, our prophet. Christians, Jesus, our prophet. They say, yes. Then they deny that God, their God, that he sent another one also. With such a perfection and such a truth and such a perfection like never before. And he corrected what was going in the wrong way, the wrong direction with the human beings. He corrected it. He made it perfect and it's clear. And you cannot, it's like the sun is coming up, sun standing in the sky, and people say there is no sun. Not accepting. Because of reasons of ego, reasons of ego, material reasons, material. For their possessions, for their luxury, for their power, for their ego, for the fear that their ego maybe has to go, or to limit their egos. Yes, that is for the, and they are envious, also envious, because they think there is a kind of the ego, the way of the ego saying, this is mine, this is mine, it is mine, this Christianity belongs to me, and I am priest, and I am rich, and I have that, and this and that, and don't take it away from me. And so they are envious. Even if they go in the direction of spirituality, they are also envious. There is envy is the biggest, you can say, bad character. Next to proud is together with envy, pride. The worst characteristics of human being is envy. Yes, it is envy. That is also the sign of the kafir, of the unbeliever. You know, he is envious. We are going into the direction already, as was predicted, that it's not so much the wars and the fighting between nations and this and that and politics and this. Yes, it is still under their name, but it's going more and more and more. It becomes clear more and more that it's the fight is between believers and unbelievers. Finally, there's only two groups in the end, for the end fight. There's believers and unbelievers. And the unbeliever, his characteristic is envy. Because we are, let's say we belong to believers, we like to be believers, and we say we are believers, belong to believers. And we are also saying we are happy with our belief, we're happy with Allah, with Maulana Sheikh, with the Prophet ﷺ. We don't need anything else, actually. We can say to the rich ones who are looking to us and try to imprison us, and they imprison all the human beings now in all the world, these tyrants, which are still there. We are saying to them, take the world, we don't want it. They can take. If Trump and Mump and Putin and Rasputin, they want to take the gold, take the gold. I'm not eating the gold, no. You want to take cars, take cars. All the ladies you will take. It's okay. You want it? No, we don't. No, we don't want it. No? What? But still, you say, take everything. He's envying you. Just for that, because he's never happy. Even he has everything, all the world, possessions he has, but he is not happy, and he doesn't know, he's not conscious about it, but somehow deep inside, he knows that he is not happy, cannot make him happy. These material things, it's not possible for the soul. And then he sees a believer, he has nothing, and he is happy. For that he is envious. And he will not give peace. He is not giving peace. No way for peace. If that one is there, he is not giving peace. He is not giving peace until he kills you. His aim is to kill you. He must kill you. So that his envy goes away, so to say. He is envy. For someone who's poor, has nothing, he's not taking anything from him, living in the jungle, let's say, or living in the desert, but he is happy. And this unbeliever is saying, I cannot leave him. He's not leaving him. Even he's not disturbing and he's doing only good, but he will not leave him until he kills him. You see? This is the situation. And this will becoming more clear, more clear. And will be the final situation is like this. Maulana was saying, between believers and unbelievers. Nothing else. And this is a plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for cleaning. He will clean. There is promised a time where there is only believers on this earth. Only light, only beauty, only truth. Nothing. You can't find any bad thing at that time. They say 40 years. With Isa alayhi salam. With Mahdi alayhi salam first, then with Isa alayhi salam. They say like this. So for that, there's a cleaning. The earth will be cleaned. It must be cleaned. It's like this. And so what we have to do? What can we do? You cannot change anything except yourself. You cannot change outside things except with the permission of Allah Almighty. Maybe you change something in your family, or with some friends, or with neighbors, or with that one, or with this one in a small range. But that is only through changing yourself. And this is preparation. This time is a preparation. And for us, individually, each one of us, we have to prepare our hearts. We are wishing, as Maulana was wishing, to be with Mahdi alayhi salam and with Isa alayhi salam. And maybe he comes back when they come. And we are also hoping to be with Mahdi alayhi salam, to be in that time, this predicted 40 paradise years on earth, to be there. We hope. And what we have to do to have a chance to be with him is to prepare our hearts for that situation. To clean our hearts, to clean ourselves, to clean our hearts, so that our hearts may be powerful enough to take that light. When Sayyidina Mahdi alayhi salam is coming, there's a big light. And who is not prepared, he cannot. He's going. It's also okay, it's not, But when Dawood alayhi salam was giving Sohbat, he went into the desert because there were 60,000 people, his listeners, and he had a voice, the best voice ever. He doesn't need a microphone. He was giving Sohbat in the desert. 60,000 people. Al-Ghazali was telling us this fact. And from 60,000 coming home, 40,000. 20,000 directly like lightning, they went up directly. It's a good death, very good death. You know, so it's directly from Daud alayhi salam, from his power and miracle, directly they go up. They had to bury 40,000 people, they had to bury 20,000. It's only for illustration. And also in Naqshbandi Tariqat, it happened so many times that the people, they died on the spot in the presence of the Sheikh. Especially in the old times, in the times of Khaja Khan, maybe 600 years ago. Many stories, there's many stories. Some of them, they died from ecstasy, not from the ecstasy pill. No. Also people dying from ecstasy pill. From ecstasy, spiritual rapture, and in front of the Sheikh, many people, they give a cry or something and they go directly. Others, then there is another thing, there are the enemies. They are with Shaitan. They are adaptees to the Sheikh. Also some of them also they passed away. That time was not a joke to be adaptees with the Sheikh. Today is different, alhamdulillah. Maulana is Halim, and there is a different time. But we have to prepare ourselves for the powerful light which is coming with Mahdi alayhi salam in this time. We have to prepare so that we are with, we try to be with him. And Allah knows who will be with him. And Maulana, he prepares us also. He's preparing us. And inshallah, one of us was Mahdi alayhi salam, inshallah. What's the time, Sheikh Yahya? Is it already?
1 to 8.
It's time for Isha, no?
Just
Huh?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah, you can. Sun should be up, no? In Freiburg? This time is from Freiburg, or what?
This is the same.
From here?
2 years after Freiburg, we are here. 2 years later. So
Yeah, that's okay.
Freiburg, Ishaq is at 7:40. So we have 7:45. So
That's okay. Slowly we can pray, inshallah, or we... Yes, this is a vision. This is a vision. This is what Maulana said to us. And it is a wisdom from Allah Almighty that He is keeping Christians in their way, Jewish in their way, this one in their way. And it's in the Holy Quran. There is a verse, if we want, Allah is saying, we can make everyone together in one group, if we want. But there is a wisdom from Allah. He didn't want that. He had this different groups. Because it's a test. It's a test. We have a test. There is a test for everyone. And pass this test. That is, our life is only for a test. For your belief. What you said in the beginning, the belief, that is a test. That is test. If you're really believing, deeply believing, that is test. You are saying you love your Sheikh. Okay, Sheikh is saying yes, okay, I'm accepting, but I test you. If you love me or not. You know? Yes. Sheikh was promising to some people in Damascus in 1979 and 80. They came from France or Réunion, I don't know from where, and Sheikh was saying, okay, you come. They say, we want to stay here in Damascus also. Damascus was not possible to stay at that time. We stayed. We had was opening for us, but not for a big group of foreigners, because the police was looking after everyone. They visit me every day in the last years, making this and the, and Maulana was then he said, take to that group, take the land, go to Lebanon. Lebanon was free that time. He sent them to Lebanon. There's a land, there is that one, speak to him and try to get some land and some houses there. And you may settle there. He gave permission and he sent them. And they went. And as our brothers, we know our brothers, when the newcomer, they say, you lend, you lend somewhere. I was not having didn't have our own place in Damascus. No. I was living in the Derga, and my wife was living with another family with 7 children in one room. And her husband from the wife and my wife was there, and her husband also, and we were in the Derga with the brothers. Then it was not bearable anymore, especially for the women. For us was okay, Then I was living in the mosque with my family, in the kitchen of a mosque. Yes, that's right. And then I had a room up to here from the wall, up to Orhan, with 5 people for 1 year. Also it was from beton, and it was also, the floor was like this. If you sleep like this, you roll down. 1 cooker, no water from the mosque, and so on, yeah. Only to illustrate. It's not easy. Migration. That's it. That people say, yes, you are coming, here's your palace. So these people, they went to Lebanon, and it was not so easy. They were thinking they get this land because Maulana was promising the land. Of course Maulana is promising, but you must be patient. Must be patient. Everything is coming. Everything is coming, but you have to carry it. You must be patient. Yes? Then it opens. But they didn't be patient, and they all went back. They said, this is not a Sheikh. He promised us, but there's no. They went back to their state which they had before. Yes, it's a test. You are tested. You test your love to the Sheikh and your trust, especially the trust, is tested. Do you really trust him or not? Coming a test, and then you love the Sheikh, and you see the crazy murids around him. You say, this can't be. I love that man. He is my master. I can see, I can feel. But these people, no, bye-bye. It's a test. May Allah keep us, inshallah, on the straight path and the way with Maulana, inshallah, here and hereafter, inshallah. Amin Allah tawfiq, Fajr. Ameen. We made it. Paradise, Mabruk.